inspired by.
I am finishing my friend's R2D2
That's
style.
not my bread and butter.
And my mask.
Okay, any more questions? All good?
A design thing.
Okay, I thank you again, Susan.
I've been saving these for the gallery because I think that they're cool and they look like bows. And I think the yarn stuff is cool. Oh no. No, it's my friend's stuff. It's amazing. Here, I don't want to get copyrights. I think that I should not have done a brim on this. I think it was unnecessary on something that doesn't have supports on the bottom. This is what the bottom looks like. Gotta tear off this brim. This is gonna be hard. So,
Thank you so much.
I started doing this weekend.
Here tonight.
And I don't drink that much. But I drank this weekend and I completely finished doing this one.
Really appreciate it.
So
I'm going to talk about some.
I think honestly it was like the right state for it.
So much with the idea of it's all about.
I didn't realize how many supports I was setting myself for, even though it looked fucking awesome. I don't think I took a video of it.
And look at.
I think I was just like, oh well, I'm gonna do this while I'm doing something else, or waiting for something else. And then I just ended up getting into my crafts. I ended up getting locked in. Oh fuck, this is not the right way to go about this. I think I'm gonna have to sand off the supports. I can't really get in there.
Have a chance to work at Apple.
There we go. There we go.
Liberal arts art major. And I didn't really
so really like sharp overhangs like this requires so much like internal stuff. But it's not good to keep that in. It would be like impossible to clean it and really wimpy. And I feel like people think that when they see prints, they don't know that that's the supports, and they'll think that the print is not dope. They'll think the print is just that wimpy.
Apple, this advertising hadn't been written, but the prevailing thought was
okay, now I got a little technique going on. I cannot see how much of this is in focus. I would like people to send me learning about iPhone cinematic mode videos.
As I said,
I'm finally learning the basics of Lightroom as well. And tomorrow I have to learn pattern printing for a last-minute sewing project I'm trying to do for the convention. I'm trying to do a Goromi cosplay. I already have a lot of it. I already have the fabric and everything, and the rest of the cosplay, the eye patch. I want to print the tattoos because I have some tattoo printing paper that you could use in a normal printer and just transfer onto the skin. I think it's kind of safe.
For the interview at Apple, yes, I do have typography experience because the job was described to me as making typefaces and some images for the computer.
Is that part? Oh, are those supports as well? I'm gonna tear them off. I think that these are tearaway supports that were built into the file.
I could and actually took them with me to the interview, so it seemed like I knew what I was doing.
And I hope this video is good. I can't see it, but
Andy also said, well, you know, if you just
I don't know what the term for this is. I feel like I learned by making. Oh my god, it looks like a bone. It's so cool.
And that's what
and
the
doing
job
things.
And I had dabbled with an Apple II, but I hadn't really.
I do learn by contemplation. Okay, yeah, so it had supports built into the file, and then I added, these are called organic supports.
With no assignment to take to my interview.
Okay.
And it actually.
I love printing. I really wanted to learn to make very basic files by the end of the year. This is my goal. I don't know how realistic that is.
This oddball.
But you know, learning new things, it's hard to be realistic about it because you don't know how difficult something is until you try to do it.
That you don't necessarily think.
Cool. It looks like lichen. I love organic supports. In college, I was working on 3D printed gladiator shoes that had like the
super excited that sketchbook,
the sort of like structure that looked almost exactly like that. I actually even scanned in pictures of lichen and traced them to make into this like a cutout into the side of the shoes in Thingiverse. Or no, I uploaded them to Thingiverse. They were from Tinkercad.
When I got to Apple, this is what the screen of the Mac looks like.
So what CAD means.
My job was
need to relearn some of the basics.
Look better. And
so these, I'm pretty sure, are all just tiny little supports. Oh my god. Yeah, they are.
And
I could technically, I should take pictures of them beforehand. I'm gonna see what lighting is best.
That got changed. And then, you know, I always love to have a job where when you come in and you see the before, it looks really bad because it's much easier to make a good after. So, but the first thing, you know, I really understood, it was a grid of black and white squares.
I have a bunch of really boring things to figure out today.
The very first thing
like
that I did there
renter's insurance and care credit and gotta make another appointment for my cat to get a hygiene shape. You know, so
kind of jaggedy.
I feel like it helps to take breaks to do actually cute
like
things.
Rocket science to just make things on 45-degree angles.
It's just so fun.
Verticals and
little
horizontals.
discoveries.
So that's what I did. Yeah, the X.
It's very satisfying. I hope that this
funky,
video is good enough to be enjoyable to own.
Kind of worked out, and
I at least think that my videos are slowly getting better. You know, when I first started uploading to the YouTube, I didn't know I was supposed to do landscape mode, and they look very ugly.
I mean, you could name it.
Even though I watch YouTube all the time, it didn't click to me like, oh, this is.
Although someone said
just somehow get that piece out of there. As I'm getting ready for the Rose City Con, I'm going to be there. My friend Mochi is going to be there as well.
To make up kind of basic seraphim
I forget what booth she's going to be
at. Chicago
oh my god.
Pretty good lifespan as the
yes, I think that her YouTube is Rengoku soon. I'll tag her. I'll tag her. Oh, use this to learn how to mince people. Oh my god, I can't get the brim off the very bottom. Fuck. I'm gonna have to start sanding that off to peel off that layer.
We would talk about
a whole ugly process.
What we were trying to do.
It requires a different kind of cleanup, so I feel like it's like,
you know, I winced at this because
good to do that in a, oh my gosh, tiny support.
Can use it, but that's what
sometimes it's hard to tell what's a support and what's like.
Naive user could use it, and like games, like it would be ideal not to have any manuals.
Yeah, like the side here.
It should be friendly.
Like,
so
it almost really looks like part of the design.
I was probably like in that batch where I even found the Apple to be a little daunting.
There we go.
So these were some of the images of things that I designed when I first got to Apple, and
just make it look really clean.
I'm pretty
okay, sweet. I'm not gonna have to print out more hinges. I was worried I was gonna have to print out hinges, but now that I'm like excavating it, I'm seeing that they're built in there. Very elegant.
The derivation. There's a wonderful book about comics by Scott McCloud, who didn't set out to write a book about user interface. But
the one with the fucking
book,
the automaton mates and the back flipping. Is that like the new Blade Runner anime? Oh my god. I think that's Black Lotus.
Say this, but
check it out.
Explains that when you add more detail,
I thought it was hilarious.
It looks less like you. So whether that's
the fucking like the spider robot.
If you reduce it to its essential cartooniness, anyone.
I also really love, oh my god, it fits perfect! The snap! It snaps together! Look at it, so, oh my god, it's perfect!
Some, like, emoji sensibility now, where it's like, oh, if
I love
we
when things
have
work, you know?
5 skin tones or
My
20
friend
skin
doesn't drink,
tones
but
or
she's gonna pour
50
sodas in this
would be
during the con.
enough. And sometimes I think about it almost the
I'm
opposite
only worried
way,
that she's gonna have too many
it'll never be
accessories
enough.
to carry.
So if you make things that are simple,
Because she is using all of the time to make the coolest of things. Oh my god. She made a matching purse, a matching keychain for her Padme cosplay.
So
it's like the cutest thing I've ever seen. Oh my god.
That I was told would never be seen.
I'm
and this was
almost
one of
done
them.
with this.
So, you know, I kind of had fun with it. And this one,
I'm rewatching an interview with the designer of Apple.
Really
I don't know if that's going to ruin this.
Because it would just be such a catastrophic failure. So
this video, but this is how I craft. I think it just adds to the ambiance, really.
Cartoon kind of thing, and you know, the sad thing is it got a little more exposure than was intended. And someone sent me this picture. It's a
is this
a
ASMR?
subway station in
What is the
Sweden.
definition of
I think,
ASMR?
well, that's kind of fun, even though it looks
Yes, that's what it's starting to look like. Bones.
something I designed for
A boneyard.
cars.
A boneyard is a real
I
thing.
think that's.
It is where people did animals, or they used to.
When I first
There was a really cool one in Olympia behind one of the grocery stores that I like to take pictures in. I would like to go back to there.
And you can see at the top that's
I
why
miss
we
Olympia
needed
sometimes.
system.
I should upload some like really old
They're just
videos from
using
there,
something
but
a little
I mean,
random. But,
your daily hour with me has already done that.
It's so easy to forget with, you
And
know,
then after this,
so
I'm
many
going
dozens
to
of
look
layers
up
of
the
undo
schedule
and
for Roast
so many
anymore. There's
tools
so
in
many cute
Photoshop,
things.
which I love.
I was trying to
But
find, I don't think they're doing it this year.
magical at the time.
One of
Just
my
that
biggest
you could,
regrets from the con last year.
You didn't have to use
There's
an
these people
eraser
doing
or
like
graph paper.
make
You
your
could
own
toggle these,
cat ears
you could
booth,
toggle
and for
it
some
and
reason
you
I was
could
just
see
like,
it large and
I'm too
small
tired.
at the time. Just seeing it so,
And like you got to
exciting.
for
When I
free,
first got
just
there,
like make your own cat
I was
ears.
taught
Oh my god, I'm
how to
ruining this.
Figure out the hex by counting
Make your own cat ears and shit, and like,
the pixels.
oh my god.
Then
I ruined this. Now it looks like the inside of the nose.
which was pretty great,
Fuck.
but then it still had to get entered to see your thing on the screen. And I think these aren't crying, I just was counting. These are just like pieces
The
of paper I had.
cuteness.
And you can see one thing that I learned at Apple
Yeah, this
was
is the rhinoplasty I
little
gave.
was
No, I've
on-
never gotten
on paper.
surgery.
The programmers I worked with, I
Look at
just
that.
thought were so amazing because they were so fearless about
Is this what
building
happens when you
something
get too
every
much
day,
nose surgery?
trying things new and getting it up into the software so people could
See, this is the bottom layer.
work with it and not just kind of look at it in a
That
kind
part
of,
was so clean. How come I can't peel it off like that?
so that was,
There we go.
this wasn't very good, but it was something that I thought
It's like
maybe
tape,
could
or
be
like,
interesting, but
you know,
wasn't.
labels sometimes, how if you don't get like a good tear going, it just like fucking sucks and you never will get it off.
I loved and still
Unless
do
you use, like,
to
oil
do
or some
portraits
shit.
in
Oh, yeah.
32 by 32.
It's like that.
It's so amazing that for most people, even with that number of dots, you can make things that look good. So I always preach lots of iteration. It's like editing is the really the gift of being able to develop things. And
I also regretted when I was tipsy processing prints that I had a lot of cleanup to do in the morning, even though I did actually a very good job.
The document
Because it kind of requires like being aggressive, and I feel like I'm not usually like aggressive enough. I did kind of accidentally cut myself right here.
Thousands of applications, maybe this would hold up, but at the time it seemed like a system that would help people understand.
I was like,
And
yeah,
the same
fuck,
thing
it could have been
with
worse
fonts.
though.
We had 255 numbers for fonts, so maybe we used 10 of
Yes.
them because we just didn't ever think there would be
This
more
is
than
so cute.
255
I'm
digital
gonna make a
fonts.
perfect cut off all the little sticking out bits so it's all smooth. There's no hiccups.
And I tried to make this so that
Maybe I'll add like a little bit of paint, but
an age, so it
snap together. Come on, you can do it.
I know after I left Apple,
Snap
they made some
together.
faces that were kind of
Oh, come on.
squarish, and maybe
I don't think I
interpreting
excavated
this
this
as
good
the
enough.
whole face. No. I thought we could just get, who uses hourglasses. We could move.
It's a good Tuesday afternoon. This is the break before I have to do a bunch of tedious,
I think I learned the hard way.
secret things.
It's usually not a good idea when you're making icons to make them look like any particular piece of technology, because it will be obsolete before you know it. And I think this looks kind of like an inkjet printer. It had a big knob on the side.
Honestly, they look kind of cool. I feel like my friend will want me to keep them on, but like maybe also not, because cleaning.
I realized, like, if I had just made it simpler and pared it down and not been kind of reveling in like, oh, I can draw an image.
I'm so lucky for my friends.
It probably would have had like a much longer lifespan.
Yeah.
Just enough detail.
Every friendship is just, I feel like. But my friends are awesome, and they're so understanding, and I'm so lucky to have them.
Where there's a silhouette of two kids holding hands, and there isn't really a technological limitation that they couldn't have 3D clad lunchboxes and hair ribbons, and you could lard that with detail that might make it interesting, but at the end of the day, it would probably just make it harder to see it at a glance and understand what it was.
I think that I can put them together now. Come on, you can
menu looked like in development.
What am I not excavating correctly?
Man symbol at first.
It's in the very middle here.
Was an apple, and one day Steve Jobs came in and was like, "That is our logo. That's our crown jewel. You can't just throw that, have an apple farm in every menu." So then we had to go back
from this side.
Like, what could, it was the command key or the feature key. Yes, I did try 10 Commandments. It was stupid, and like, puns, never international, not a good idea. But
hard, man.
I used to look through books sometimes. I
think I'm gonna need another tool.
At a loss for something, and I looked at it in the symbol dictionary, and there was that symbol, and it's
that worked.
Feature. We used to call it the feature key. So
this is a little sander guide. There we go.
You could definitely draw it in 16 by 16, and it kind of looked like a curly highway to me. So maybe it was like stretching to try to give it some meaning as opposed to be just abstract. And but it was a symbol for like interesting features in Swedish campgrounds.
This is awesome.
Finally, I went to Sweden like 5 or 6 years ago. I was going to Gothenburg, and
I'm so proud. I'm so proud.
It was so exciting to me. Like, there was our feature.